feel like with this one, it really is sort of paying attention to your own physical body. Like, how are you, what is your pot? Is your shoulders up? Are you, like bracing for, like sometimes as you're going into these conversations that, maybe some of the past and some of the future sort of creeps in and you're just sort of like all tensed up and it is helpful when you think about what is the intention, what are we trying to accomplish. I for those of you who might be into yoga or Pilates, a lot of times they start those sort of practices like, what is your intention? And an intention doesn't need to be a massive, like, overarching life thing. It could be my intention for the next 15 minutes is to, keep my shoulders down and not to get all like, tensed up or whatever it might be. Some of those things can be really helpful. The deep breathing, I think, is amazing, to take one deep cleansing breath, if that's all you have time for, but obviously 2, 3, or 4 is even better. One other thing that I think about in trying to sort of shift the situation is if you are feeling like things are getting you know fired up, or you're feeling a little anxious, or or something's bothering you. Sometimes you'll see yourself like hold your head, or you maybe even like like something like that. And somebody once told me, like, this is your pause button. So if you feel like you're, resting your hand on your head, or you're thinking like, oh, that's kind of like maybe a visual you can have, like, okay, you know what, I'm there. I'm at that place where I really need to take a couple of deep breaths. I really need to, pause this conversation, take a walk, or, in the other room or something to sort of regroup and, sort of reground yourself, if things get intense, which they can be, because it all comes a lot of times, most often, from a place of just deeply caring about the situation, about the person, about all things considered in that caregiver role.